Hey there, Pisces Sun, Pisces Moon, Pisces Rising. It's Maggie. Welcome to Moonlit Waters. I'm super excited to have you here. This is a free offering I do for YouTube. And just really glad you're here. And if you want to show your support for this channel, just hit the thumbs up. If you want to be notified when I upload videos, then hit the subscribe button. Love to have you come along. So, the grandmothers are here. I guess that's just a regular deal for you guys. Like, they come in when I do my pre-shuffles and everything, and then they kind of sit in the background, and I almost forget they're here sometimes. And then I'm like, oh, Pisces is next, and boom, they're all like here. So, you are their special, I want to say project, but I don't think that's the right word. Okay, so we're going to look at October 18th through the 24th. We've got a big full moon coming up on the 20th. It is in Aries at 27 degrees. It is opposing the sun at 27 degrees of Libra. That sun at 27 degrees is conjunct Mars. Mars rules Aries. And then they're both squaring off with the transformational energy of Pluto in the restructuring energy of Capricorn. So that is a T-square, grand T-square. And so we have a lot going on. We've got Mercury, yay, moving direct on Monday, and Jupiter moving direct. And so this energy here really sets us up for being inspired to take action to deeply transform our lives. That is the energy of the first 3 days of this week, and it gets better after that. So we got a lot happening here. You have here, which is interesting, you have communication, you have Hermes. So this energy here is about communicating what it is that you know, or having knowingness. They're saying knowingness. Oh, trusting your knowingness. You know those messages you know when you think things, you just know things? It's your intuition, and learning to trust your intuition. Because it is through this that you're going to transcend and be able to achieve success. So you need knowledge. Either you're studying it, or you need to trust your knowledge, but you have transcendence and success in communication. So what are you inspired to do? This is in your second house of what is of value to you, this full moon, if you are a Pisces rising. So, you know, when we get to the end of this week, we've got a beautiful water trine, and Neptune, which is in your sign, is totally involved in that. So that should be amazing. Let's just go and see what else we're getting here with the cards, because that could be that you communicate out information which helps others. Full moons are always that is the energy of releasing in order to create space. But Pisces, your entire life is spent around releasing in order to create space. And what are you releasing? You're releasing doubt. You're releasing, you know, so many of us, especially if you're a Pisces, your intuition is really heightened, right? And so you have had many lifetimes of developing, of being connected, and when you come in as a Pisces, you come in to find yourself again, to release and let go of the things that don't work, and learn how to deeply trust yourself, and so to love yourself, because there's just been so much that's come at you, not only in this lifetime, but in many lifetimes. And so when we choose to incarnate as Pisces, we are choosing this lifetime, because of the energy moving so quick and helping, to really eject a lot of that negative energy and transmute it back into the light. And so this being open to receiving, look, this dragon's got this big water jug on his head. And it's almost like being open to receiving the divine love that's pouring down. But it says knowledge, but I feel like this knowledge is intuitive knowledge. It isn't book learning. Nobody here is sitting here with a book. They are just sitting and listening to their higher selves and receiving the information and the guidance. And so this communication Hermes brings the communication from the gods or the creator or source or whatever. And this knowledge will allow you to transcend. So that fire, that is like the fire of Aries, right? This will allow you to transcend this earthly plane. Not as in die or anything like that, but as in allows you to escape into your higher self for a higher perspective. You're so good at going deep, but I feel like there's a need to kind of pull yourself up and see the big picture of just how amazing you are. So every week we're doing a mantra for everybody, and it is, I am loved beyond measure. And I feel like this is particularly important for Pisces to know. I am loved beyond measure. Your heart is so willing. It's hard. You need protective boundaries around you to keep out the negative energy. And the best way to do it is to fill up your heart with so much self-love that this negative energy can't even get in. So yeah, create a safety bubble around you. I always think you should do that. Cut the cords, negative energy, always. But honestly, if you can fill up your heart space with so much self-love, there is no room for the negative. It just bounces off. It can't come in. There's no room for it. So crowd up the space in your heart with self-love and knowledge of divine love for you. I am loved beyond measure. I think this is why the grandmothers always show up for you guys like they do. I really do. So that full moon, I don't know if I said this, is at 10:57 a.m. on Wednesday. So either the night before or in the evening of, I would take a nice saltwater bath to help release some of the negative energy and let it go. The moon will be moving into nice grounded energy of Taurus. It allows everybody to take a much more practical approach to things. And so that's at 3:59 p.m. on Wednesday that the moon gets into Taurus. Okay, you're supposed to learn something new. What do you want to learn? And I feel like it's something on a spiritual level, but for some of you, it can be very practical because this is someone in Taurus. It says, get curious, carnelian. And carnelian is for the sacral chakra. And so this is our self-confidence and our self-awareness and our value system. And so get curious about, so what is it? And see the worlds behind it. I feel like this is getting more curious, though, about your own spirituality. So what do you want to learn? What is of interest to you? It's so interesting. Yesterday when I was clearing space in my house by literally rearranging everything, I didn't record any videos yesterday like I told myself I was going to. And so it's great to be my own boss. So what I really needed to do, I realized when I got up in the morning, was I needed to change the energy in the house. And so that's what I did. I spent the day, I rearranged the furniture, gave it a deep cleaning. My closets all got cleared out. Things went out to the garbage. Some things went, back to storage. It was a day like that. But I was listening to Molly McCord. And back 2 years ago, she did a podcast on human design. And I'm like, what is that? And human design is about how our aura is fed by the neutrinos of the sun. And when we were incarnated, much like with astrology, it has to do with the planet placements, what kind of energy you have and what it is that you put out in your aura, which is how you can be in flow. And honestly, that's all I know. Now I need to know more. I'm so curious. So what lights you up? Literally, this looks like a candle surrounded by the world. What are you curious about? What do you want to know more about? And how can you get that knowledge? Are you going to get it through sitting in meditation? Quite possibly. Are you going to get it by taking some courses or going online or reading some books? Or what are you going to do? There's something here where the knowledge and the communication wants to come in, and it will transcend your life. What are you curious about? What do you want to know more about? Pursue that. I find with people, and I am in this list of people, that we're always like, well, I just want to know what it is I'm supposed to do. I want to know my life purpose. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Well, your purpose is to create joy, number one. But the vehicle for getting there starts with what the heck lights you up. What are you curious about? Where is the passion that, and passion could be fleeting, right? Right now this week, this is what I want to know about. It lights me up. This morning I was out helping somebody. There was a dog that was running around the parking lot for like 2 hours. It took us a while. We found the owner. We never did catch the dog, but the owner did. So that was good news. But we got to talking, and she said something to me, and I was like, I'm like, oh my God. And it was such an inspiration to me. I had to come in and I had to write it down, and I journaled on it for a few minutes because I thought, that is interesting. And so it's actually, I'm going to create a project out of it. And so the question becomes, what catches your attention? What sparks you up? And it doesn't have to spark you up forever. It can just be for an afternoon. So it's about finding the joy in the moment. And as those moments collect, it is accumulation of joy. And so thinking that you have to know when you're 19 what you're going to do for the rest of your life. Thinking that you know what you're going to do for the rest of your life when you're 50. No. Since I was 50, and I'm older than that now, what I was going to do with my life has changed like 6 times. But I chased down every one of those ideas as far as it was until I was like, yeah, no, that's not for me anymore. So what interests me now? Oh, squirrel. And I go off in that direction. And it's okay. I have a lot more fun than a lot of people I know. So what in the moment makes you happy, right? What in the moment makes you happy? So, and I don't mean who in the moment, okay? Who in the moment should be you. The only person that can make you happy is you, right? That is our job. Our inside job is making our own happiness, of making our own joy, and we make it through creating something. And that creation could be it could be creating a website. It could be creating something artistically. It could be creating a garden. It could be creating laughter in other people when we tell a joke. It could be whatever. It is a creative process. It's interaction with spirit working together to create. Okay? So the sun is going to move into one other thing. I don't even know if I mentioned this. They took me off on a tangent. The grandmothers are so busy in here. Okay, so on Friday the 22nd in the evening, great time to do practical problem solving. Highly recommend that you plan to do that. Like, I feel like you're going to be inspired. Now it needs to get on paper. Okay? And this energy of Taurus is, I don't even know if I said this either. It is going to be like learning how to drive a stick shift. It takes a little while to get in the groove. So be compassionate with yourself through this learning process about what it is that you're curious about, right? You don't have to know everything right away. Okay, and I don't think we are. I think the more we learn, the more we realize we don't know anything. Okay, so the sun moves into Scorpio at 12:51 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time in the U.S. I wanted to pull some cards for the energy of the Scorpio season, which goes through the 19th or the 20th of November this year. And we have a full moon eclipse happening on the 19th. So this is some powerful energy, big transformational change. Pluto is sitting over there at the last degrees. So it's going to be part of that full moon eclipse. It's going to be a player of how do you make a choice? What are you letting go of in order to start your next chapter, right? That is the energy for everybody, particularly if you have any planetary placements in either Scorpio or Taurus. They become more pronounced. But being a water sign, that is in trine energy with you, and you are going to feel it, and it is going to be beneficial. So what is the energy that you should be working in, playing in for this month? And you literally got playfulness and you got light. My light radiates through my life and the world around me. That's this card. What are you curious about? My light radiates through my life and the world around me. And playfulness says, my joy is the greatest gift I give to others. You know, I love these grandmothers so much. Their energy is amazing. My joy is the greatest gift that I give to others. You being happy. It's like a ripple effect. It's dropping the pebble in the pond and watching it ripple out. It's infectious. It isn't you making someone else happy is the greatest gift. It's making yourself happy is the greatest gift. My joy is the greatest gift that I give to others. Go figure out what inspires you, what lights you up, even if it's only for a hot minute. During that hot minute, let it catch you on fire and enjoy it. And if it doesn't last, if it flames out, fine. It's okay. It's about every ounce of joy that you pour into your life is not wasted time ever. Ever. And the accumulation of it over time is powerful. Okay? So, moon moves into Gemini, 3:57 a.m. I'm sitting here talking to you guys about joy, and now I got to tell you the bad news. Saturday, you might want a little alone time. People are going to be irritated and grumpy. The moon is in that really uncomfortable position of a quincunx with the sun. There will be grumpy people. But the moon's also going to be in a really nice aspect with Saturn up in Aquarius. And so thinking through things, studying, research, that kind of stuff, because now Mercury's moving forward, would be very beneficial energy. So I think that you'll get a lot more done productively on Saturday if you are not surrounded by a bunch of grumpy people. So create some safe space for yourself. I love Spirit. They make me laugh. Okay, you literally, look, you got the duck. Okay, you got the duck. But here's what it says. Seek emotional comfort and protection. I used to tell my kids there were certain days when I'm a Pisces moon and I got lots of stuff in Cancer, and so I'm very watery, right? And there will be days I wake up and I'd be like, whoa, and I'll be like, hey, this is a duck and cover day. Saturday's a duck and cover day. Duck and cover. Like, just give yourself the space. You don't need everybody else's crap, and you have woodpecker. New rhythm is developing. You're finding yourself by deciding to get curious about things. And go have some fun. And then on Sunday is a real low energy day, but it's a perfect day if you're a water sign, because we have a grand T-square in it's water. We've got the moon, and we've got Venus, and we've got Neptune. And Neptune's where the release point is. And so it's about finding the value. What do you find emotionally valuable in your life? It's perfect. Use that energy. Take some downtime. Saltwater baths this week would be highly recommended. Actually, Pisces, I would recommend that you do that several times a week on a regular basis. And if you can't do that, get some, because you don't have a bathtub, sometimes that happens, get like organic coconut oil, mix it with some salt, scrub yourself up. Turn on the water before you do this so it's warm. And then you turn it off and you do this in the shower so you don't make a big mess. And then when you turn on the water, at least then you don't have that really cold freezing moment. Don't ask me how I know. All right, you guys take good care. Look like you have an interesting week ahead of you. What do you want to do? What are you interested in? Just, every day find the joy in the moment. And the rest will become, you will force the negative energy out of your life the more you fill up. If you think of it as like a big balloon, and the more you blow into it, the joy and the happiness, the less the room there is for the negative, sucking, vampire-ish energy, right? You can do this. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Take care.